This is my recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 4, Episode 21, Reunion Part 2. And if you've struggled through the season like I have, then you are glad to see that we are almost at the end. And I feel like this is almost silly. You know, I feel like reunions are an opportunity to find out new information or see people make up or something, but it just feels like we're just beating a dead horse. So we open up with an exercise and diet montage where everybody talks about how much they more or less hate their bodies. And then Andy asks them if they have any work done. And I think most women kind of have, there's like a spectrum of work. You know, at the far end over here is like drinking water and moisturizing daily, which is really important. And then we have like facials and then, you know, maybe some microdermabrasion and then maybe some, you know, special kind of lotions, expensive stuff, and then we kind of get into like laser treatments, and then you get into, you know, Botox, and then over here comes, you know, fillers, and then way over here is like plastic surgery where they actually cut you. And everybody kind of has their line where they've decided this section's okay, but beyond that's not. I don't really judge anybody else on that. That's just, I just don't personally feel comfortable discussing, you know, like body shaming. So I don't discuss women's size in general. That's my goal. I of course at times fail. So you know, I didn't like when Brandi made a comment about, you know, like, oh, I don't want to be like some people, you know, especially because, you know, Andy did kind of call her out on her face looking significantly different, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So then we see a montage of Carlton and Kyle, and guess what? They still dislike each other. You know, thank goodness for this reunion, because I never would have known that. I'm just going to skip over that to the next section, which is everybody's kids leaving for college. And, you know, I find it still kind of confusing that even 4 or 5 months later, they're still so upset, just because that wasn't my experience in life. So I was the baby by like a dozen or so years. I was the last to leave, and I don't remember my mom being that upset when I left because I was home quite often. I mean, I was about an hour away, which isn't so different from like UCSD, but my parents actually encouraged me to stay on campus more, to make friends, to do social things, because I was a homebody, so I'd want to come home on weekends and just sit in my room. And my parents were like, no, this is, you know, time of your lives, you're making friends, and so it's really weird for me, you know, I mean, obviously they're sad, but they're still really, really, really sad. So that's a little, I'm not a mother, so I can't relate to that. So, you know, I understand that, but it was just kind of a weird thing. And then we see a whole Brandi montage. I want to deal with that. But anyway, Brandi and Joyce get into it, and Joyce just says, you know, I understand if you have depression, but it's not a fair excuse for lashing out other people. And Yolanda is just all over like sticking it for Brandi, which confuses me, because when Lisa did that earlier in the season, she was like mothering Brandi and it was unacceptable. But now Yolanda does it. So she's just traded one person for another, and it's totally fine if Yolanda does it. And I don't know. So there you go. There's the episode. There's my incredibly short recap. And we have one episode left. We are almost there.